G'day legends, and today we're going to be doing something a little bit different for MMA YouTube. We're going to be taking some fighters from UFC 311 and we're going to be turning them into Pokemon cards, laughing at them, memeing at them. It's going to be bloody great. Now, why are we doing this, right? Why are we doing this? Yeah, isn't it a little bit childish to turn UFC fighters into Pokemon cards? Yeah, it is, but it's also fun. You know what I mean? Like prediction videos, there's 1,000 of them, you know? The punches and the kicks and breaking down the fights and the war rooms and talking about the inside foot battle and the head up against the cage. Shut up, you nerd. Shut up. All right? There's 1,000 of those videos. So we're going to make some UFC 311 content and it's going to be a little bit different. Now, the live streams seem to enjoy this quite a bit when we do this live and we just bring up an empty Pokemon card and we start memeing on fighters. They tend to enjoy it quite a bit, but the live streams have been getting a little bit busy. So it's a little bit hard to do things on the screen and interact with the chat. I love to interact with the chat. So I figured I'll bring it to the video section side of the channel and see how you guys, the regular people who watch the videos, enjoy it rather than the live stream audience. Now, I've tried to do this once before on the channel and it failed absolutely miserably. It works in the live streams, but people don't seem to enjoy it on the videos, at least the first time and the only time that I've tried it. So if you do enjoy this and you do think it's quite fun and you maybe want to see it back for UFC 312, then give this video a like, leave a comment, say, yeah, this was fun, we had a good time. Let me know what you think about it. But let us get into it. So I'm going to start off with a nice easy one so we sort of get the idea of what's going on here when we turn fighters into Pokemon cards. I'm going to start off with Renato Money Moicano. Here he is, Money Moicano holding his bag of cash, getting the cash ready to go. Now, obviously, he's a green type Pokemon because he's here for that money. Moicano wants the money, and he's also a psychic type Pokemon because all of his success is happening just because of his mental fortitude. Everything that is going on with Moicano is happening in his head. He is getting further than a man of his age, and let's face it, sort of skill level should get. But Moicano doesn't care. He has just decided that he wants the green, he wants the money, and it's all happening in his head. He's going to bash through the wall of success no matter what. His main ability for Renato Moicano is, of course, Adrenaline Rush. Drew Dober on you? Are you turning it into a war with the Dober himself? Have you got literal bones hanging out of the side of your body? None of that matters to Renato Moicano. He cannot afford to lose. So no matter how much pain Moicano seems to be in, he will harness the adrenaline required to get the win. However, he does have one massive weakness. His massive weakness is that Moicano's old, right? It says right there, bruh, you're old, right? Your next loss is your last loss. His weakness is 37. That's it. Like, you can't be a successful lightweight and be as old as Moicano is, yet somehow he's figuring it out by the grace of God himself. His weakness cost is 36 because that is his age, and he has got a massive retreat cost because Moicano doesn't retreat. Moicano does not care. He will not lose his next fight unless he is almost killed in the cage. He needs someone who talks like Sean Strickland but actually fights like Sean Strickland to finish him. And even then, Moicano will push on. There's also a little note down the bottom of the card because we just love Moicano, so we gave him a little bit of extra flavor at the bottom of the card. And it says, the powers of God, family, and capitalism are pushing you towards the belt. And then the card is tagged off with the little UFC 311 and the octagon to be the signifier that this is a 311 Pokemon card. There is your basic Pokemon, Renato Money Moicano. Let's move on to the next one, which I think is Kevin Holland. Here we go. It's Kevin Holland. Where is Kevin Holland? Oh, Kevin Holland. He's a ghost type Pokemon. He's ghosted the cage. And he's also a mix with a lightning type as well. Because Kevin, he's in and out like lightning. He'll get to media day, they'll touch gloves at the start of the fight, and then Kevin Holland is out of there as fast as he can. He's nowhere to be bloody seen, mate. He didn't get bothered to show up to his own card. He's single strike. The one strike you're getting out of Kevin Holland is when they touch gloves. That's it. And then Kevin's like, oh, sprained my hand doing the touch of gloves. Oh, bang, I'm out of here like lightning. Love this one. I love this one. His ability is get the cash and dash. You would think that would be JDM's ability, but no, it's Kevin Holland's ability. You had a great year. You scored yourself 150k to show and 150k to win. So all you do is bank your 150k to show 3 times a year. His weakness, as you can see down the bottom, is fighting. The fighting type Pokemon will clear Kevin Holland up, like that. He doesn't want to get into a fight at all, and retreat costs absolutely none. You don't need to spend any energy to get this guy to retreat. Just advance forward at the start of the fight, and you'll be facing an empty card on the other side of the cage. Bang! Kevin Holland, Ghost-type Pokemon, banked. Moving on to the next one is the ancient Water-type Yuri Prohaska. Ancient Pokemon, because he follows the ancient secret martial arts of being a samurai, even though he should be a Viking. Doesn't matter, he got his themes wrong. Yuri is kind of retarded. And, of course, he's water, because be like water. Be like water. This is Yuri. He's always cold plunging. I think this makes up for him perfectly. His power points are 100. He is 100% power all the way until the end. And his special ability is to headbutt. It's an old joke, but it's a bloody classic, right? You use the power of your head to chip away at the strength of your opponent's fists. I think that's a good one. That's a pretty good joke. We'll chuck that one in there. He is obviously weak to black magic. It has infinite power against him, black magic. You can destroy the entire roster except for the Aztec Blood Warrior that is the final boss of the light heavyweight division. His weakness is, of course, the psychic powers of black magic. To see how this entire card makes sense. And Yuri has a massive retreat cost. We know Yuri Prohaska isn't backing up for nobody. Nobody. Alex Pereira had to knock him out three times. At the end of the first, at the start of the second, and then stare him down at the end and knock him out again. And of course, it's capped off with the UFC 311 down the bottom of there. This is the official 311 Yuri Prohaska Pokemon card in the bank. Moving on to the next one. The elusive Jamal Heal. He is a psychic type Pokemon living in the future. Jamal Heal's entire goal is to get back in the cage with Alex Pereira and dominate him. And Jamal Heal doesn't even care that he's fighting Yuri Prohaska. He's already a step ahead of the game in the future, thinking about his title fight. He has absolutely 0 hit points. 0 hit. He can't take a hit at all. If you attack Yuri in any way, if you look at him wrong, he is on the defensive straight away. He hates being touched up, so he's got absolutely 0 hit points. And he is a psychic type Pokemon. It's all mental games with Jamal Hill, and you'll know why as we get into his abilities. His ability is Second Vision. Of course, you see things differently to the rest of the world, Jamal Hill. They can't see what you see. You see the truth. Alex moved in on you when Herb Dean called the fight off. You saved his life at the Apex by not wanting to get into the cage with him. Your brother did leave those curtains unvacuumed and the dishes dirty. He deserved to smack you. This is the real world that Jamal Hill sees. It's just it's unfortunate because he does have this weakness, the electric type weakness, the internet. You know? Which is just a +1 week. When you can't take a single hit point, the internet will get you. It's all they need is one little fact check, and Jamal Heal is done. Right? It's just too bad the internet keeps going out there and pointing out the truth of the world. You know, but Jamal Hill would like to live in his own delusional reality, where Alex Pereira did step forward in the cage and knock him out. But that's not what happened. You guys touched gloves and reinitiated the fight. We don't need to get into Jamal Hill's delusional, but this is the delusional Jamal Hill living in the future where he's already defeated Alex Pereira. Retreat costs are absolutely nothing because we've literally seen someone try and fight him outside of the cage and he had to hold himself. He had to do the, you're lucky they're holding me back, except nobody was holding him back. He just walked off. So obviously, how can you give him even a single retreat point when he would just walk away from a confrontation under his own? Yeah. I mean, it is what it is. So, there you go. Jamal Hill, weak to the internet. All in his head. No hit points. Let's get into the champs. Let's get into the champion. Here we go. The championship cards for UFC 311. I thought I'd mix it up for the championship cards. They get the full display. They get the full card display. The champ, Marambles. UFC 311 hit points. The champ, Marambles. What have I done? Fiery and fairy type. Well, Marab's a fairy because he can't handle a lot of pressure. A little bit, he's a little Tinkerbell of a personality. You say anything to Marab and it sets off his little fiery personality. You have to have respect. You have to be mad. He's got an arena of like 40,000 people around him. One person in the back corner goes boo, and the little fiery tempered fairy is rushing up the stands trying to beat the piss out of them. He's such a little... He is a fairy, mate. His ability, though, is, of course, he's got endless energy. endless energy. Doesn't matter if it's on the microphone or on the fight. You can't get this guy to stop. He just keeps going and going and going and going until someone, whether it's the interviewer or the referee or the timer, wraps him up. The champ Marambles will go on forever and ever and ever. Unfortunately for the champ, who was only ever seen to have one weakness, it is the fighting type of Umar. And his power points are 311 plus 1. 1 minute into 311 and it's over for Merab. This champ Merab card falls apart at the start of the touch of gloves. When they touch gloves, Umar will begin kicking the living shit out of Merab. It's over. But Merab, respect to him, he's got maximum retreat costs. I don't think Merab takes a backward step. I think Merab is going to charge headfirst into Umar's kicks no matter what and continue to try and take him down the entire fight long, even though Umar is going to piece him up. I don't think we're going to see Merab retreat at all. And it's capped off with the UFC 311 down the bottom. That is your official championship Merab Pokemon card for UFC 311. Good on you, Marambles. I didn't think we'd ever see you get the official full Pokemon card, but good on you, mate. Moving on to the absolute GOAT, the pound-for-pound fighter in the world, Islam Makhachev. He's got the championship full art card, the Dagestani Islam. He is the Dagestani, the pound-for-pound fighter in the world. He is probably going to take Khabib's crown by becoming a defending champion more than Khabib. Massive hit points. I don't know why I put it at 500. I can't remember. Obviously, he's a fighting type Pokemon. He's the best pound-for-pound fighter in the world. He has the striking. He has the takedowns. He submitted Charles Oliveira. What else can you do except give him just the gold, full art, fighting style? What else can you do, right? His ability, though, is confusion. He is confused. He is very, very confused. Number one, because of the absolute confused meme that is Islam Makhachev. But then also, he is obviously well-renowned amongst our entire community as the best fighter in the world. Very easily. Yet why are they always close, Islam? Why is it close with Volkanovski? Little bloody Volk, mate. 145 pounds. Why is this fight close? Yet Dustin Poirier. You should be destroying Dustin Poirier. Yet it's close. How are they always close? Arman Tsarukyan. There's nobody that just comes into the UFC. You're trained by Abdulmanap, and yet it's still close. Why is it always close? Yet you are clearly the best in the world. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make. So his ability is confusion. And of course, his weakness is. I should have put a water there instead of fighting to the weakness. I screwed up. Who cares? His weakness is weight cutting. It's weight cutting. Watch out, mate. Watch out. The cameras are on. Leave the IV in the toilet cistern. Listen, he never has a good weight cut, and it might be his only weakness. Really. What else can you say? Where else is Islam Makhachev weak? I don't know. Retreat, maximum retreat cost. The dude's not taking a back step. He will be bleeding from the skull against the best boxer in one of the best boxers in the UFC, Dustin Poirier, and Islam will still put his fists up and march forward into the striking range. I absolutely love to see it. I've gotten a lot of respect for Islam Makhachev. He is my nightmare in the cage, and he has destroyed all of my favorite fighters, but you got to respect the game. So he gets the full art of the champion on the Pokemon card. That's it, boys. Let me know down there in the comments. What did you reckon of this? Would you want to see it again in video format or just leave it for the live streams? Please let me know. If you enjoyed this video, g'day, my name is Dougie. I try and make an MMA video every single day of the week, Monday through Friday, and I try and go live about 3 times a week. So if you want to know when that happens, you hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, and you'll know when I go live. During the live streams, we chat, but we also, we do tier lists, we debate, we do things like this. And if you have suggestions about fighter Pokemon cards that you would like to see, put it down there in the comments and we can make them on the live streams. Maybe I'll put up another post on the Instagram and put them all there. That'd be bloody great. But that is it for today. So leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe. If you are one of the paying members of this channel, thank you so much. Your names are popping up on the next slide. And until the next video, you guys have yourselves a great day, and I'll see you in the next one.